play. If you're watching this on the replay, I'll be playing a couple intros and then a song, and then we go into the stream. If you're watching this live, you know how you roll. You're not gonna have to suffer me, so enjoy the music. No sesilalas.
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play. If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast.
So waiting
to all of the queens who are fighting alone, baby, you're not dancing on your own.
Let's go.
Without me, you wanna, but you can't. Nah. Think it's funny, but honey, can't run the show on your own. I can feel my body shake. There's only so much I can take. I'll show you how a real queen behaves. No damsel in distress, don't need to save me. Once I stop breathing fire, you can't tame me. And you might think I'm weak without a sword, but if I had one, it'd be bigger than yours. If all of the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own.
She's the queen and I'm just lucky to get close to the throne. I'm not worthy, but she's taking me home. Yeah. No damsel in distress, don't need a savior. She's a goddess, I would never try to change her. She knows she got my world inside of her palm, but she can have whatever she wants.
All the kings had their queens on the throne. We would pop champagne and raise a toast to all the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own.
Let's go. I'm a queen, I'm a boss, I'm a brat. Hella independent, I get this, I get that. Shout out to the girls from the burp to the trap. I don't need a man for shit, put myself on the map. Oh, and they thought I was done. I ain't even hit my peak and I'm still on the run. I'm like Lolo on the lap, how I'm running the track. Only time I see it L's in a luxury tax. And my whole team when they post a pic just because they're like, oh, she chillin'. $1 million deals and my lipstick still it. I need acrylic nails, I don't need no critics. So witty gon' glow, so witty gon' shine. Circle full of tens, I don't see no nines. My name on they lips, my name on they mind. How I take it from the block to the Hollywood sign.
All the kings had their queens on the throne. We would pop champagne and raise a toast to all the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own.
Well, those are. Did he get
I
shrunk?
was thinking more Pigsted, but you know.
Dude, I got questions. Whoa, what is going on here?
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
It's like a
That
penis.
actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure,
his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he fucking with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire. And Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cock. The type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his shit is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of shit that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He don't think it's a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best, dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those motherfuckers he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet, I thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, John, go do my will. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Throw you a rock, hide your hand, Working in the dark against two fellow men. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut you down. Tell him that God's gonna cut you down. Tell him that God's gonna cut you down.
Okay, the weekly mic check. Hello, 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 hello. Wait, I'm playing the song again. I guess I could jam to it, right? You want to hear me jam to it? Let's go. I could jam to it right now. I didn't drink, so I'm not drunk, so I think I'm not going to be as much fun when I jam to the song. 3, 2, 1. Long time. Run on. For a long time. Run on. For a long time. Too early. It's gonna cut you. Okay, fine. I'll stop. I'll stop because you guys are not worthy of my beautiful voice. I'm doing a rising. Just let you know, my voice is not worthy of you. Got a good decent amount of people watching the stream right now at the start. It's the first time in about a month that I'm in double-digit live viewers, which finally answers the question. I am the asshole. Welcome everybody to the chat. Welcome to another weekly edition of Indie Comic Outliers. I see my regulars are here. Praetor 7, Hail Praetor, Colin Lamping, the creator of Emerald Man, who has a Patreon, and he's trying to get followers so he can do the one thing, like with One Punch Man, and build his empire in a similar fashion. How you doing, Suzanne? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. Lady Shadowban, my dear, how are you? Sark with his racism. I caught that, Sark. Your filthy racism. My mentor and good friend, Kirby. Hail, Kirby. Welcome to the chat. Bear with his harassing ways. Helmet, who can't let go of the past. Let go, Helmet. Let go of the past. Pogs are of the past. Come join the team. Come on the team, Helmet. We need people like you. We need soldiers like you on the team. Don't hold on to the Pogs. They will just hold you down, and sooner or later, you're gonna end up flying on that little flying saucer-shaped Pog out into space, and no one's gonna hear you scream. We don't want that. Come back to us. JAV Stylor. People are calling you Jav and Yav, but I figured it out because you told me and corrected me. It is JAV Stylor. So hail and welcome to the chat. Of course, the biggest harasser of them all is here to, well, harass me. That's what she does. That's her thing. She comes here and has to violently declare her message upon me. And I ain't with that. Not at all. I'm totally not with that. I shouldn't have to. You know, I come here and I come in peace and love. And I don't expect or demand or even deserve the vitriol from you guys in the chat. Because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know some of these names. I am bringing awareness to you. I am bringing so much comic book awareness. Because if it wasn't for me, the stuff we're hearing about in our space, it would just put, well, some of you would probably therapy pound anyway, but let's be honest. How much can, well, let me not go there. A little creative spirit is all that I ask. Open mind and open heart. And please leave your racism at the door because I get it every day from this community. Don't bring it here. For once, invite me into this safe space. Invite me into your heart. Invite me into the spirit of your kindness and your openness. People in the chat saying hello to each other. That's awesome. That is awesome. Colin says, comic books would die without elasma, and the evil that is manga will take over the world. Well, speaking of manga, do I have it on me? I can put all those books up. Well, I have a display copy here. So I'll show it. So at the convention, I'm going to the CCon Sunday, September 29th. I'll be there with Dark Gift Comics. That's right. That's the lobby card for the CCon. September 29th, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Seabright, New Jersey, the Seabright Recreation Center, 1167 Ocean Avenue, next to Donovan's. I'll be there from 10 to 4. I'll be selling copies of Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake, including the hardcover, the regular paperback version and the manga. And that's why I brought this up, because somebody in the chat brought up manga. I'll put my camera on for a second. There you go. So I'll have a few copies of these, of the manga. So if you're looking for a small book to read and you want to read it Japanese style, you got the manga version here. This is what you'll be getting when you pick up a copy of it at the convention. In addition to the paperback version and the hardcover, I will also have preview copies there, so you guys can look into the book and then decide if you want to buy it right then and there. But I'm gonna make it buy it anyway, because that's why you're there. You're there to buy it from me. Why would I not let you buy it from me? Colin is performing open heart surgery. I pray for the patient. Don't call me that, Carol. Do not call me that. You're gonna get my channel struck. Please, I've been on a streak. Don't call me that. I am a diverse and marginalized creator. Absolutely. Thank you for acknowledging that. I am all those things, and I'm gonna be a winner. I'm gonna overcome, and I'll be a winner. Linkovich says, "Hey yo, you have one of my favorite Zappa album cover in the thumbnail, cruising with Ruben and the Jets." Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So, we have somebody, a big fan, in the chat. This guy we're gonna talk about, Cal Schenkel. He's exclusively a Frank Zappa. Well, not exclusively, because he did covers for other people, but he was described as the in-house creator, graphic designer for Frank Zappa's stuff, including his album covers. And we're going to go over a lot of those. We're going to take a look at them, among other things. Wait, manga or maga? Well, thanks to maga, we have manga. Well, not directly, but we will hope to have a good economy to make these books and sell these books. So in a way, we kind of need that spirit to like help this country. Well, I'm going to hold off on politics. No politics. No. Hold off on that, because we're here to be inspired and we're here to aspire. So we can go to other channels for that. Not here. Not today, at least. Not today. Helmet says, let's talk comics. D-Man. Taurus #2 and the Marvel run of Prince Valiant came today. I'll give you an assessment in the next days. Helmet. Yes, he's been collecting the Tarzan comics, the collection. So I like hearing about those and looking into stocking up some more. I still have to continue my Popeye collections. The Betrayer himself, who is also going to be at the CCon. Did I mention he'll be at the CCon? Yes, he'll be there, as well as me, Sunday, September 29th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Seabright, New Jersey, 1167 Ocean Avenue. It is about 45 minutes from New York City, and from where I'm at in PA, it's about an hour and a half. So just to give you an idea of geography. We have Hen in the chat performing all kinds of witchcraft. Wait, so what am I? I'm not reading that. Okay, Bear, you hear me talking comics, right? You hear me talking about the convention coming up, promoting it, and trying to expand on this community. You hear this, right? So why are you trying to segue into pure hatred? That was not necessary. That was totally unnecessary. You're a divider. This community will be better without you. You're a divider. Total division and hatred from Bear. Like, what do you think you come in from with this? What makes you think you could do this to me? What gives you the right? Really, what gives you the right to do that? And now you got Dark Gift, Hounding Hand. Like, look at all the witchcraft and evil in chat. I came in here with good intentions and love in my heart, and you guys are just bringing poison and malice and cobra-like instincts. It's not a safe space for a person like me. It's not safe space at all. I want to be safe, but I don't feel safe now. I got daggers now aiming. Not daggers. I have spear chucks coming at me. All you spear chuckers all aiming your spears at me. All because I want to talk comics and make comics great again. So evil. We can't even talk about Frank Zappa's graphic design artist, Cal Schenkel, who uses comic style art to make album covers, and we're going to go over some of those, courtesy of our where is it? Here we go. No, is that it? No. What the heck is it? What the heck is the site? I had the site open. Yeah, it's right there. So what the heck is it doing? Lambeck.net. That's where we're going to share some of the information from, and other places as well, but just have a visual aid. So let's look at the Ruben and the Jets album cover by Cal Schenkel. And I'm going to try to keep up with the chat so you guys can let me know if my mic pours on me or not. I'm on it. I'm on it, Colin. I'm on it. I just started. See, I just started. Hen says, ha 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 ha. I knew it was gonna be blamed, but the truth was you put him to sleep. That is probably true. That is probably true because I've been put to sleep in so many streams the last few nights. So that is probably what happened. Benny and the Jets is one of the album covers done by Cal Schenken. And who is Cal Schenken? Well, Cal Schenken is a graphic designer, animator, comic book artist. And yeah, he did a few of those, but his main thing was album covers. So he took his comic book style art and used it to make album covers, specifically mostly for Frank Zappa. Yes, Frank Zappa. And he spent some time in New York City, where most of these comic outliers spend, like Bon Bodie and among others, and of course he's been Laird, but yeah, he was influenced by Mad Magazine. If you see some of his work, you'll see the Mad Magazine influence in them. Specifically, I think Crazy Cat was one of his main influences in his style of art, which has been described as surreal. Yes, surreal. And I'm glad that people are here, and I know that people here are open to this kind of style of art. So that is encouraging as we break the mold of the art people. And holy shit, we have DA talks here. Whoa, the hell just freeze over? Holy shit, hell just froze over. Hell just froze over. It did. It did. This is how starved for content people are. Well, I did win because I have proven to be the real asshole. So I am the asshole. So yes, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Totally makes sense. Why not? Link says he also did Captain Beefheart's Trout Mask replica, a great album / band. I believe we're going to see those covers here. We'll take a look. We'll critique them, and we'll talk about how some of the style of artwork would be dismissed in our space because, art. And when I say my chat, I mean from last night's Dark Gift. He's talking about something. Oh, okay. So you're bringing LRJ's trauma into my stream. This is not cool. It's not cool. Well, this is the chat. I guess you guys can talk about whatever, but I did highlight it, so I guess that is my fault. That is my fault. So Hannah's getting harassed in the chat. We do encourage the Salem witch trials here, so go for it. Let's see here. Okay, so that is true. Yes, you know what? That is true. That 8-hour stream that YouTube took down. Yes, which is on Rumble. That stream is on Rumble, so you guys go check it out. If you have 8 hours to kill, i.e., an entire day of nothingness to do, you can check out that stream on Rumble and see how DA and all this other stuff came in here and really just did stuff. Lots of stuff. I know it's my fault, Bear, because that's what you people do. You blame my kind because it's easy for you. It's your easy out. It's what you do. That's what you do. So I understand that. But you can hurt my body, but you can't hurt my spirits. This is Ruben and the Jets from 1968. And this is the thumbnail. Well, there's the pictures I used for the thumbnail for the stream. He's from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. So I don't want to say my neck of the woods, but although I'm not a native Pennsylvanian, but it says here he was inspired by Carl Barks is a guy I gotta definitely do. But unfortunately, if I do Carl Barks, I'll get the comparisons, the usual comparisons by you racists, because you think that I do D-word books. I don't. I do B citizen books. There's a difference. Different species, different animals. That's what we do. It was 2 weeks ago. I don't count. Well, I do count, but for the sake of the stream, I don't count. But hello, Angela. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah. Hail to the chat. Let's see. Hen says pirate the stream. Yes, please pirate the stream. Distribute it. Make DVDs, Blu-rays out of it. I make no money out of it, so go for it. Hopefully, it'll buy you the dream house you've always wanted. So, do I have multiple personalities? No, I have ancestors, and the power of my ancestors, Bear, will diminish you. They will reprimand you, correct you, and judge you. Power of my ancestors. They're wonderful people. They made good food too. Was it 2 weeks ago? It may have been. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago because it wasn't last Saturday, so it was definitely the Saturday before. It checks out. It absolutely checks out. Everybody just got old talking about that stream from 2 weeks ago. Here's one of his strips. How to comb and set a jelly roll. Oh, look at this. This is the style of art that wouldn't be accepted in our space today. See, when you look at this, compare this. This guy made bank on album covers, working with Frank Zappa. And our space of indie comics is so close-minded with the style of art. They wouldn't know what to do with it. They wouldn't appreciate it. And then here we're here talking about Frank Zappa. How did he meet Frank Zappa? Let's see. He was in the office of Verve Records where Frank Zappa was recording his debut album Freak Out. And let's see here. Schenkel witnessed some of Zappa's recordings, and he met Zappa in passing, but some months later he noticed the album in the store and bought it. And then he liked the music so much. Let's see here. And then he decided he was going to design Zappa's first 2 albums for free. And again, Zappa liked it so much that he made him a part of his entourage. So yeah, So Schenkel was part of Zappa's entourage. There, I pronounced it the white way. I said it right. Collins, Matt Kratz has an experimental style too. He's one of my faves. Matt's pretty. What's the word? He's very fluid with his style, but I think he's more like a mainstream style artist, which is no shade. He's definitely very good, and he's pretty much in demand. He had like one of the most acclaimed books 2 years ago in Kyrie. But when I think of our space and I think of like artists that are like outliers, the most obvious one is Narwhal. That's the most obvious one. Can you guys think of any? Let's see if we can think of any that you would consider an outlier, and let's see if they were treated fairly in our space. I'm going to say that most of them weren't. Well, we know most of them weren't. Oh, yes, just scroll up in the chat. Okay. Zappa advertising comics. Let's see here. So absolutely free. Schenkel drew advertisements for Zappa musical releases, and they were published in comic magazines. So his art style was seen in comic magazines. He didn't have like a specific comic book. So in a way, like he used his comic book art style, but it wasn't for comics. It was for pretty much promotional material for Frank Zappa, concert posters and album covers. But you can see like the comic influence here, the sequential storytelling, and the breakdown of the artwork in the panels. Actually, the one on the left is pretty interesting. Let's take a look at the one on the left here. There we go. Yeah, this reminds me of this reminds you of like when you guys drew your first comic book on that sheet of loose leaf paper, right? Oh, let me take myself up the screen and just show this for a second. There we go. I like that template. It's my brand. I can do that. Oh no, Karen says, don't read the chat. Leave us alone. No, I won't read the chat because I'm going to document everything. Because the people are going to think I'm lying. And I don't want people thinking I'm lying. I'm not a liar. I document. I'm a documentarian. So I want this stream to go down in history as the time when the chat got notoriously malicious and violent and hateful towards me. I did nothing wrong to you people. I did absolutely nothing wrong to you people. So Kirby makes a point. He says a lot of outliers I've become aware of. A lot take the money and run types. Haven't seen too many of the others of the outliers. He says my brand says Ghanazoom. My brand, yeah, that's a lot of my brand here. No, I'm not reading that, Carol. You people. Look what you wrote this, and you get mad when I refer to you people. You can dish, but you can't take, right? Oh, leave the tables out of this. People, I have no insurance. I have no liability insurance. So if someone gets hurt in my chat, I'm not responsible, and they're gonna be broken. I don't want to be broken. Well, I ain't broken, but I don't want to be broke. Can I be a take the money and run type, or just take the money? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that. But if you can do album covers, I'm sure that somebody will give you money for it. Just don't crowdfund it because no one will ever see it. I am not a flaming racist, Bear. You came in here with the smoke. I'm just responding to your smoke. Every time I do these kind of streams where I present awareness of some of these great forgotten artists that are not standard type or they're not industry standard styles. Every time I bring awareness to that, you people come in here with vitriol and malice and violence in your heart. You guys have, I did nothing wrong to you people. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to read the chat, right? What counts as outlier art, says Colin Lamping. Well, we've been watching my streams, Colin. You know, outlier art is the kind of art, I'll be blunt. Outlier art is the kind of art that Comicsgate will call shit. Is that blunt enough for you? Or not even comic space? Any indie space, any indie comic space where you got this elitist attitude of, it has to look like great art. Oh, this movement's about good art. I'm like, yeah, but your book sucks shit. Your story sucks. I don't care about your good art. And I've made the point many times. Mid art can save a good script, but bad art cannot. No, a good script can save mid art, but good art cannot save a bad script. I've made that point many times clear. And Roy Thomas, former Marvel editor-in-chief, what did he say? He said he may not know good art, but he knows what he likes. And isn't that what it's about? If you remember a few weeks back when I did my Scott McCloud stream, and what did Scott McCloud say when he did his Understanding Comics, and he had a portrait of himself in a very cartoonish style, and next to that, a life drawing of himself. And he made the point that people would rather listen to the cartoonish style of himself because it's more universally appealing. There's something about like a simplistic style of art that is universally appealing and it brings more people in. It's fun. It helps you escape from the real world. But in our space, in this space of comics, a lot of creators who think they know better than you are telling you that this style of art is shit and doesn't belong in our space because that's not what this movement's about. And I'm like, no, this movie is not about what you think is good. It's about what the market wants and what the market dictates. Did I go on a tangent? If I did, feel free to clip it, put it out there. I don't care. Tag whomever, whatever. Say my name. Lazmat. That's me. So, okay. So let me see. Let's go down more. Frank Zappa was a degenerate and a shitty musician. He may have been those things, Helmet, but we're not talking about Frank Zappa. We just talk about him because of context, because Cal Schenken made his name and career on Frank Zappa's, I guess because of commission. So let's go down more. I'm going to try to catch up to the chat. I'm not going to read every single chat. I see Amit Rain is in the chat, but let's see here. Isn't whether art sucks subjective or not? What you like is subjective. So here's where. Okay, how can I put this? There is an objective measure to the beauty of art. And for me, that measure is consistency and form. If there's form and consistency in your art, then yes, it's something that can be considered artistic. But is one style of line art the best? No. Again, comics are not good art. Comics is the marriage of art and writing. So that means that if you have a very bland story with good art, it's not a good comic. But if you have like Jim Davis style art and you have a good story, it's a good comic. And I'm not saying this. This is echoed by, like I said, of all people, Roy Thomas, former editor-in-chief of Marvel. And I showed that quote a few weeks ago. Good art in CG says, Harlan Helmet, where? It's she. The book says Georgina Floyd. Hail, Georgina Floyd. Welcome here. Another rant about CG not appreciating different art from. Oh, stop it. You stop it, a guy in this room. You stop it. You come in here with spears at me. Stop chucking spears at me. I'm allowed. Okay? I have a voice and it's important. I'm a significant voice and a powerful icon in this space. And I can say those things. I have influence. I do. I really have a lot of influence. I should grab an oar or something. I do get uppity, but why would I grab an oar? Where would it take me? In circles? Am I in favor of Cal art? Oh, fuck no. I hate Cal art. Okay, so now you pose the dilemma, Amit. Now you pose the dilemma. I personally hate that shit because, okay, you know what? I'll say this: there's no real form in Cal art style. Some people say there is because there's a consistency to it, and yeah, there is a consistency to it, but I think it actually is the opposite of form because it's really just, what's the best way to describe it? It's simplicity without discipline. So if you look at Charles Schultz's Peanuts, or even like Calvin and Hobbes or Vito Bailey, there is simplicity there, but there's also a discipline there where you could see a form and character and individuality in that style. There's no individuality or style in Cal art. It's lazy as shit. So yeah, there you go. Man, I sound important. I sound very significant. Cal Carol says she's going to betray me and leave me for the Dills, but don't worry, I'll be thinking of you. Please don't think of me. I'd rather you don't. I'd rather be forgotten by you. I won't take it personal. Phil Anselmo says, my dad had a talk with Frank Zappa at Max's Kansas City in New York City about possibly creating a band of all bass players since my dad was a bass player. It obviously never happened, LOL. Well, there's a lot of story to be told of things that never happened. And I'm sure that some of you hateful bigots in the chat will be long here after I'm gone, and you'll have your story to tell about me. And I'm sure you'll have fun doing it. I am not censoring anybody. How dare you? That's YouTube censoring people. YouTube censors. I don't. Gatekeeping, yes, because I got to protect myself from all your spears. I only have one back, and too many spears are being chucked at me. It's not right. It's not right at all. So, yeah, you are chucking spears. The guy in his room. Oh, you're porching monkeys? Well, Yes, CalArt is gay. But you know what is gay? Guy in his room throwing racist epithets at me. I belong. I belong here, guy in his room. I belong. I'm a voice. I'm a voice. I thought last Matt. Oh, you taught me how to chuck a spear. No, I'm trying to dodge him right now. Because this chat's throwing them at me. My back is full of scars and blood and you name it. It's all there. And each one has a story to tell. By the way, I would like to inform everyone that I was not to blame for. Why are you talking about Lord Raptor? Who cares? Hen. Oh, wait, that is Hen. That was Hen, wasn't it? Oh. See, I do this thing where I look at the comments first and then I see who types the comments. So, so I'm like, that's not. Oh, that is Hen. Yes. Okay. Well, she's vouching for herself. So why you guys are throwing spears at me with your racist hatred? You should be aiming at her with y'all Salem witch trials. We do promote Salem witch trials here. I'm going real fast here in the chat before I continue on. I feel unwelcome in CG many times. So many people simping. Well, here we don't simp. Here we don't simp. We're just here to have fun. Well, I try to have fun, but people throw hatred at me. But I protect you, Colin, because you're a redhead, and redheads are in danger of becoming Africanized. So I will protect you. I'll make sure you don't become Africanized. Phil and someone says Oonga Boonga, y'all. That's such bigotry. And Bear's typing something that looks like snowflakes. Ha 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 ha. Welcome for your stuff. Ha ha. Oh, how many? I remember the first time I met a last man. I explained to him what bone and fresher means. Good times. That's on my bio on Twitter. If you go to my bio, it says I'm a bone and fresher. I think I forgot what it means, but I still used it. But when I found out what it meant, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use it on my bio. But I don't know what it means though. So wait, I'm calling you spear chuckers. You're throwing them at me, right? You're chucking them at me. So it would be obviously logical to call you that. It would be very logically obvious. Guys, because I wish Zappa did all bass band. Spinal Tap did it for a song though. I'm curious to see how that would sound. An all bass band by well, not by Frank Zappa, but like an all bass band. Period. I wonder how that would sound. But this is the absolutely free artwork drawn by Cal Schenkel promoting one of Zappa's concerts. New from the Mothers. Let me open up in the window here so you guys can see. Let me hit reset. There we go. So there you go. New from the Mothers. We're only in it for the money. Hey, this reminds me of the Battle of the Kangs. It's got its own coupon here. See how Battle of the Kangs wasn't like just it was a thing. Like you bought comic and you have to cut out these coupons in it and destroy your books. Here you're doing it for Frank Zappa. See how it all just comes together? How it just rhymes? Actually, let me take off the branding for a second. There we go. So you see how it all just comes together. There's the coupon, similar to what you had in Battle of the Kangs. Here we abuse each other. No, you abuse me. You say you do, but you don't. You all come here and abuse me. Oh yeah, it means it's a term for Mexicans. Bean muncher. There you go. Bean muncher. That's what I am. Yes, I'm a bean muncher. I love beans. I love beans. And someone says, tour of the world's smallest violins, one slightly larger violin. That takes away from the euphemism. The joke is that it's terrible. Look up Spinal Tap's Big Bottom by Spinal Tap. Big Bottom. Lead bass, rhythm bass. Link says, damn, alas, Matt. Oh, that's like Porch Monkey and Spirit Chuckers. What will he say next? I'm just reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. That's all I'm doing. Hey, Frank Zappa had some wild ideas. My dad met a lot of really cool people. He asked Debbie Harry out and she laughed at him. That I can believe. Not because I don't know your dad. I just feel like someone like Debbie Harry just wouldn't just outright say, yeah, I'll go on a date with you. Was never a big Debbie Harry fan though. I mean, I guess she did a couple memorable songs, but I didn't tell anyone to burn. What are you talking about? I didn't do any of that. I'm trying to protect myself because you all have abandoned me, Hen. Every single one of you have abandoned me and left me to my vices, and that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Here's cover. This one reminds me of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Clubs. This is for we're in it for the money. This is a life art. Yeah, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. There we go. The back cover of the Grand Wazoo. What's the Grand Wazoo? Let's see here. Looks like Stan Lee, doesn't it? I guess it brings to attention the fact that Stan Lee just really looks like the average old man with white face and pretty creepy looking guy. I mean, let's be honest. If Stan Lee wasn't a comic artist, he'd be kind of not a comic artist. If he wasn't a comic creator, he'd probably be very creepy. Well, he was towards the end. But old men do that when they lose their senses and they become old and dependent on diapers and other people wiping their shit. Chris Stanley says Zappa is the shit. So we have a guy in the chat who doesn't like Zappa, a guy who's partial to Zappa, and a guy who loves Zappa. So we have the rainbow colors here of Frank Zappa. Oh, the dick nose of Zappa. Oh, I get it, says Angela Curry. Why would you, of all the things you comment on that? You don't give the guys in this chat any ideas. Dick nose. Dick nose. Yes, ew, says Lady Shadowman. Zappa's a genius. See, yes. So Chris Stanley is a humongous Zappa fan. He likes Frank Zappa. Let's see. Here's an advertisement for Fillmore. This is okay. Another one of Zappa's album covers that. Let's see here. Here we go. That was done by Schenkel. We'll read this right now. He says, Eddie, are you kidding? Hi, I'm Eddie Sincere, and even though I'm a hotshot Warner Brothers promo man and I know what's happening, and I'm heavy and everything, I still like the Mothers of Invention, especially their new live album with the pencil front, the insert. And there's the insert. Just out on Bizarre Reprise, MS-2042. Also available on Ampex distribution tapes. So, let's see if I can make it smaller. There we go. Very fun looking. Absolutely fun looking. I'm just checking to make sure my mic is working. My mic is working, so yes, we're good. But yeah, I love the style. It is definitely, this has newsprint written all. It actually smells like newsprint. I washed this and I smell the newsprint coming out of it. That is where that kind of style belongs on newsprint, or at least visually like newsprint. Hello, Billy Powermax. Hello. You have to get to Zappa to get Zaps. Wait. Oh yeah, you have to get Zappa to get Zappa. I suppose. And this is not about you. I'm here delivering a lesson on an indie comic outlier. And you're trying to come here. First of all, you can't claim to be a victim. I'm the one that does that here. Your people come in here and throw their spears at me. I get shot at. I have violence aimed my way just because I exist. Okay, this is the space for me to air my grievances and to come to an understanding. You don't come here and usurp that because you get criticism. That's what you get. This is criticism. That's all that Salem Witch trial was criticism. But they couldn't handle criticism. Typical women that don't handle accountability. I kid, of course. Big Bandolero said, hey, recently watched a video clip about how his wife screwed Dweezil and Moon Unit out of their inheritance. Things apparently ended sadly for him. I think I remember. Yeah, I do remember a little bit about that. I mean, we're not going to do like, for example, a history lesson here, but yeah, I think I remember reading about that. The Rock life was not a great life for a lot of these people. You look at what they do on stage and the fun they have and the influence that people receive from them or get from them and what have you. But when you go into their personal lives, it's like, oh, this is not the kind of life I really want. No, is it? Like, is the fame really worth it? Is having all that prestige worth it? I don't think so. Not to mention the taxes you have to pay once you get all that money. It's not worth it. When I get some guitar equipment again, I'm going to jam in some fashion. I've been out of music for quite a while. Maybe swap tracks and build something IDK. Just do it. Get your guitar and just do it. Why not? This is a good thing, Hen. That is a good thing. That is a great thing. I mean, it's progress, but we have to apply it to other types of species of Homo sapiens. Yeah, doesn't Moon have a book out now? She may. I don't know. I don't follow the Zappas, so I don't know. You're probably right. So the Moon Unit clip, sad. It's kind of fucked up. I don't know what it. I mean, is it more fucked up than what happened to Bob Ross's inheritance? Because that's a story of real fucked upness. The whole Bob Ross thing. His son was screwed out of every single piece of royalty by a couple of like Eastern Europeans, Eastern European old couple that forced Bob Ross into a contract that he inherited, signed over all his inheritance to a pack of strangers, and Ross's family gets no dime from any of Ross's stuff. It's fucked up. There was a Netflix documentary about it. It's a very sad. Like, Bob Ross lived a genuinely happy life up until his final days. It's fucked up. But this is what I'm saying. Like, ultimate fame is not good if you're an artist, because ultimately your shit goes over to an executive, a studio, a conglomerate, and then your family gets fucked over from it. It's some fucked up shit. My V drums are great for what they are, says Link. I want to get some E drums. That will make much easier. Pretty soon I'll get something set up. Inspiration. See, this stream is bringing inspiration. You see, this is why I do this. I shouldn't say I don't want to take any credit, but the inspiration is being discussed. The creative spirit is floating in the chat, and people are now talking about being constructive and speaking through their craft, speaking through their hands, through their art, through their music. That is what's missing in this space, isn't it? It's certainly missing in this space. We're so busy with the bucket of popcorn at the latest trash fire, and a lot of people are coming in, joining in on the trash fire, but they don't have a creative bone in them, not a creative spirit, nor do they want to invest in the creative arts or take a chance on some unique talent, unique storytellers, because they want to see a shit show. They want to see blood sports. They want to see who called who the P word or who's e-fapping what and what have you. And I said it many times, there's an audience for that. I get it. I see some of those myself. But the space is being inundated with that. We need more creative influence. Bring it back again. So I like it when I see it in my chat, when I do these streams and I see people talking about using their hands for creativity and pushing themselves to be creative. I want to say that I had a hand in that, and I've influenced you. So yeah, I take it as a little ego boost, despite the fact that you people hate me and you want me dead. But it's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you all. As long as you create music in my funeral, I will forgive you. Fiona Rose says, I'm having Dr. Pepper cherry withdrawals. I haven't had Dr. Pepper in a minute, so yeah, I feel that. I've given up soda, but once in a while I'll have a Dr. Pepper. It's probably one of the only few that is that in and of itself is an outlier of sodas. When you think of Dr. Pepper. So let's see. Phil Anselmo says, I had so many great vintage analog amps and stuff. A couple beautiful Kramer stats. Sold it when I was a junkie. Shameful. Well, you know better now, so you know better. But that's okay. We have the memories. They can't take the memories away from you. I've ignored it for too long. Taco Man, I need to make music again. Well, let's do it. Make the music. Take out your guitar and make it. Make it. Oh, Student of God's in the chat. He says, beep, beep. Hail, Student of God. Welcome. Beep, beep back to you. Dweezil's definitely is the one keeping his dad's music alive. So for all you Frank Zappa fans, Dweezil is where you want to go towards and get some of that music. The Zappa family vault. Screw Ahmed. Dweezil is the good one out of the bros. So again, yeah, Dweezil love in the chat. We have a lot of Dweezil love. He wasn't allowed to change his hair color, his hair, says Lady Shadowban. Dweezil very talented in his own right. Chris Stanley says I'm a godsend. So if Chris Stanley says I'm a godsend, the rest of you need to stop with your hatred and your spears. Stop chucking them at me. Stop throwing your daggers at me. And cherish me, appreciate me, protect me because I'm rare. If I'm gone, I'm extinct. Can't do that. Protect me at all costs. Bear says, when are you launching your next campaign? I'm still on the Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake tour. As a matter of fact, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be launching the Second Chance campaign for Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake on Fund My Comic. And I'm going to keep it open while I finish the book. And I plan to finish the book either late this month or mid next month. And once I do that, I'm going to go and have it sent out to a couple of people to look it over, get some feedback, find out what works, what doesn't work. I'll take all their advice or some of their advice, but make no mistake, I'll be taking some advice and then making the proper or necessary corrections or necessary adjustments, and then send it out to the printer shop. My hope and goal is to have it sent to the printers by December and then get it ready for shipping immediately after that. That is the goal. So there's the ending of 2024, beginning of 2025 will be, hopefully, that is my goal, the fulfillment of Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. So that is the goal. The claymation stuff he did. I love claymation and stop motion. I love those things. Totally. I absolutely love them. Says, how have you given up soda if you drink the... I just said I haven't had Dr. Pepper in a minute. Didn't I just say that? I did say that. I've gone weeks without drinking Dr. Pepper, but that's the only soda I would drink. Because all the other sodas are kind of like similar. Like Coke and Pepsi, although they're different, but they're like in a category unto themselves. They're elite. And then you have their ghetto counterparts like RC Cola and Fanta and Slice. Those are the ghetto sodas. Sprite is a kind unto itself, but it's still within the Coke and Pepsi family. But not Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is its own brand. It is an outlier unto itself. It is an absolute outlier. Hail Dr. Pepper. Ahmed Vomit, who's, I guess, Big Banny Leroy is not a fan of Ahmed. Bruce Bickford did that cool claymation stuff, I believe. Oh, Colin says, I love RC Cola. I mean, if you love it, that's great, but you take a sip of that and you feel like you've gained 10 pounds and all kinds of zits. It really is a ghetto cola. It's the kind of cola you would get if you didn't see the Coke or Pepsi. So, yes, it is ghetto soda. You go to the local Spanish supermarket and you'll see the RC Cola there. You'll see RC Cola, you'll see Fanta, or you'll see like their Spanish brand there. So that's how you know you're in a ghetto, is when you see a stock shelf of RC Colas. I am not a Faygo drinker. I like Dr. Pepper. I'll do Sprite. I'll even do 7-Up. I think 7-Up is better than Sprite. I'm a 7-Up guy. The good thing about 7-Up is you can drink it when you're sick, and it actually helps you. So it's actually pretty good to have 7-Up. But I am in Big Ben Lero's camp about sparkling water. I drink a lot of these sparkling waters, a lot, cherry, strawberry flavored, some black cherry flavored, blackberry flavored, actually. I do drink a lot of sparkling water. It's my fix for not drinking soda. It's a healthier fix. You said you still have Dr. Pepper now and again. I didn't say now and again. I said once in a while. Maybe I said now and again. I don't know what I said. I know I said I drink Dr. Pepper, but I don't drink it often. But if I drink soda, it'll be Dr. Pepper. It's what I do. This is one of the topic of soda. Let me just show you quickly, guys, what I got down when I was in Tennessee last year for New Year's, since we're on the topic of soda, I got these weird little bottles. Let me go back to me here. There we go. Okay. So I got blueberry pie. See, look, a blueberry pie soda. I got the Big Red soda bottle. And my favorite, I wish they had the other one, but they have King Kong Cola. Yeah, see, there's a store in Tennessee that you can get like weird items, and I got the King Kong soda. What it tastes like, I don't know, but I liked it, and I keep the bottle because fuck it, they don't sell it here in PA, so I don't get rid of it. How do we talk about soda? How did this conversation get to soda? What is wrong with you people? I'm talking comic book art, it's not soda. Tang is just another way of saying Fanta. It's the same shit. It's just a different name for it. It's almost like Zimbabweans and Nigerians. It's the same thing. It's all African. Colin says the perfect blend of the sweetness of Pepsi and the kick of Coke. Maybe, maybe. Cherry Sprite is fun. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I like Sprite, so cherry Sprite could be good too. I like trying all the limited flavors. Usually works, but not the apple Fanta soda though. I avoid Fanta at all costs. Yes, Colin, RC is ghetto. I don't care if it's old. It's ghetto. You go to the ghettos, and that's what you see is a bunch of RC colas. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. It's like McDonald's has been around forever, but that's ghetto. Just because it's been around forever doesn't mean it's not ghetto. It is very ghetto. Oh, Amit rhymes with vomit. Amit vomit. So instead of Ahmed vomit, it's Ahmed vomit. Okay. Lasma is a Jaritos guy, so you can feel more Pac. Jaritos. I'm open. Sparkling water and cider. Oh, seltzer is acidic as fuck, says a guy in his room. It can be, depending. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't have. Well, do I have seltzer water? No, I drink sparkling water. Oh, Dirty Fatty's in the chat. He goes, if you talk shit about Fago, we're gonna fight. It's ghetto too. Link says, I'm drinking iced coffee though. You're one of those, huh? Hey guys, Link drinks iced coffee. Aim your spears at him and chuck it at him. By the way, Chris Anderson says Mexican cola for the win. The Mexican Coke. Yeah, the Mexican Coke in the bottle is probably the best tasting Coke you'll ever have. He's actually not lying about that. If you go to one of those Mexican deli markets and you happen to see the bottled Coke, snatch it up. It is actually next level delicious. I will vouch for that. King Kong soda. Now that looks good. Oh, screw you, Colin. Screw you. Screw you. King Kong soda freaking rules the world. You son of a bitch. It rules the world. I can't believe you said that. Look at this. This is gold. See, look at this. Look at the art. See, it's dope. See? King Kong. Actually, I'm gonna take your wrench away. You don't deserve that wrench. You've mocked that wrench for the final time. JAV says, I went crazy and ordered a lot of gamer energy drink powder and manga waifu themed shakers. Let us know how the hospital trip is and if your insurance covers it. Alana, did you ever have the Manhattan espresso soda in New York City? It's so good. I never drink soda unless I see that one. I have not. I'm afraid to send them to New York City these days because it's now a haven for the migrants. But maybe one day. Yeah, there is a lot of racism, Bear. You get it. You see it coming at me. I bleed and I get scarred because of you people. The gun the soda wars have. I mean, there's no war. Dr. Pepper is the best of them all. Well, it's one of the best, not the best. But Mexican Coke is right there. And 7-Up. Not trying to steal your viewers, but totally trying to steal your viewers. We are live with another Amito. AMTI. Sure. I'm sure you are. I drink cold brew, so what? Says a guy in his room. We're just judging you. It's okay. It's okay to judge you. Mexican people we have enough of those. I concur. We sneeze and we populate. So, oh wait, I was talking about this artwork, right? I'm just reading New York stuff. try to not get too topical, but yeah, they're getting debit cards, so yeah, I know. There is Colin's online comic, The Emerald Man. He's done 13 issues. If you guys want to go check it out, it's available for you to check out. And consider supporting Colin's Patreon. We're having some slight discussions about doing a crossover with his Sapphire Swan and Road Warrior Drake. More on that later on. We're just talking about it. We haven't done anything tangible towards that goal, but having those conversations is fun. It builds anticipation. More about the artist, Big Man. Yes, more about the artist. Totally. Absolutely. So we go back here. Let's see. Here's more of his other artwork. I hope you guys can see it, right? Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and open up another window so you guys can see it better. There we go. More Frank Zappa stuff. So, yeah. He's giving Frank Zappa his own world, his own universe. In the pages of, even though it's not a comic book, it reads like a comic book. So it's almost like these are like comic books in the style of pamphlets, advertisements, or album covers. Charlie says, "Where are the white women at?" Oh, I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. So let's see here. To be honest, Emerald Man has enough issues for a first big omnibus. Wink, wink. See, I was thinking, Fiona, like after my 3 graphic novels and Road Warrior Drake, I was thinking of doing something similar to that, but that's down the road, way down the road with some additional material. But that would not be that wouldn't be a bad idea. If you had like an omnibus of the first 12 or 13 issues of Emerald Man, and you'd be like a big jump to get people into the world of Emerald Man and get them familiar with the character. So I am disappointed, Ganesh says, that you haven't tried that soda. Please Google it. What was that soda again that you mentioned? Type it in and I'll Google it. And I will look it up, I suppose. When was this done? The 70s, says Big Bandolero. So this was done in let's see. Okay, these are comics for Moop. What is Moop anyway? Let's see here. Let me read to you a little bit about Moop, if I can find it here. If I can find it here. But this was in the 70s. Most of his work was done in the 70s. And he also did some animated cartoons that are hard to find, but again, it was done for Frank Zappa to promote his stuff, to promote whatever album he was doing at the time. And then when Frank Zappa passed away, we see some of his artwork, Cal's artwork from after Zappa had passed away. Oh, wait, this was featured in the documentary that Alex Winter did for Frank Zappa. Who the fuck is Frank Zappa by Alex Winter from 2021. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I forgot about the documentary. But I'm not a Frank Zappa fan, so it makes sense. I totally don't remember any of this stuff. So this is one of his album covers. This is one of his non-Frank Zappa album covers, I think, right? Let me see. Is it? It's oh no, this is still Zappa. This is still Zappa related. There we go. The Curtain Comes Up by Cal Schenkel for Frank Zappa. The thing that I was surprised by when I was looking up Cal is that he doesn't have a graphic novel under his name, like an original graphic novel with his style of artwork. I think it's kind of like a big what if. There is at least 4 to 5 iterations of lineup Zappa had to, so it's hard to pin him down on a particular genre style. A lot of material to sit through. Yes, a lot of materials. Best bet is to listen to his "You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore" live albums, recorded from various years. There's 6 volumes. Manhattan Special Soda. Okay, so I gotta look up Manhattan Special Soda. Guy in his room says Manhattan Special Soda. Manhattan Special Soda. So yeah. Yep, looks good. Looks like the late 60s. Looks like the late 60s. Yeah, this reminds me of the early Von Bodie stuff. Before he did Cheech Wizard, he was doing like comics for like some of these magazines over in the UK, and this style of art reminds me of that. But I think Von Bodie's stuff was heavier inked. This is more lighter inked, not many heavy blacks, which is fine. This is the style he chose to do it. This style was popular back then because of drugs. Yeah, again, I mentioned Bodie. Bodie was definitely into like the weird drug scene and all that stuff. So it makes sense that they're similar. So let's see. This is back cover art for One Size Fits All. Who's the One Size Fits All? Let's see. This is I'm just looking at one other piece here. Well, we'll look at this anyway. Screw it. So there we go. This is this one was a bit more deeper. One Size Fits All is the name of this piece. Let me shrink it down a bit so you guys can see the fullness of it. Even though you kind of miss the details because it's so detailed that when you zoom out of it, you miss some of it. Something that's best appreciated when you see it in person. For sure. So yeah, so more or less that's the library of Cal Schenkel stuff. And there's a lot more artwork he's done, a lot of more album covers. This is some of the ones he's more famous for. And it just personally myself, it's kind of a shame that he doesn't have a full graphic novel under him. Again, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I feel like it's we could have had something nice with his stuff. We could have had something nice, but I don't think it's I think sometimes what ifs are good conversations to have in comics. What ifs are good because if everything was answered in this lifetime, then we would have nothing but boring conversations. The what ifs is what keeps our imaginations alive. It's what keeps our fascination with our favorite characters, favorite artists, their progression, missed opportunities, things like that. Not everything in this life can be fulfilled. And whether we like it or not, the ability to discuss a what if does increase our fascination and love for that particular thing, whether it's an artist or their artwork. Let's see here. This is here's more of Cal Schenkel stuff right here. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I forget he's from Pennsylvania. I forget about that. So Lovecraftian almost. Interesting. People throw that term Lovecraftian a lot, and I don't think they know what Lovecraftian means. I'm not saying you don't got in his room, but people think like if something looks visually like a Lovecraftian thing, it's Lovecraftian. But like, I think it's more mood when it comes to Lovecraft than visual. It's one of the most overused descriptions of anything. Oh, it's very Lovecraftian. Yeah, I don't know if you know what Lovecraftian is. To people that say that. Yeah, Colin is showing his Patreon right there, so go check it out. He's one of the only few comic artists in the space that is producing an IP, a regular character. How I have Roadwarrior Drake, he has Emerald Man. So I am trying. Trying to what? What am I trying to do? Oh, thumbs up the stream. Yes, engage in the engagement. Help me with the engagement. Help me conquer the Shadow Man. Anything with tentacles is called that. Yeah, that's weird. It's like, yeah, I know he created Cthulhu, but Lovecraft is not just known for Cthulhu. I know it's one of his most famous stories and creatures that he's wrote about, but it's more than just a visual of it. What is it with the rat nose? It says, of all the things that we shared and all the things that we've talked about, that's what you focus on is the rat nose? That's what you focus on? Most people haven't actually read Lovecraft. I bought a beautiful hardcover of Lovecraft stuff from Barnes & Noble. If you go to your local Barnes & Noble, you'll get like 4 or 5 different hardcover collections of H.P. Lovecraft stuff. And yeah, I was in the middle of reading one of it, and I gotta sit down. Now that Halloween's coming up, it's a good time to get to work on catching up on a lot of those stories. And I really want to sit down and read some of my Lovecraft stuff and really become a Lovecraftian auteur. Someone says, "Shut up and play your guitar." It's a good collection of Zappa's solos. I like the command. Shut up and play guitar. Shut up and draw. Shut up and read. But just don't throw your spears at me, please. I read some of his short stories. A great compilation of solos, says Chris Stanley. Can't miss it, says Hen. We don't care about the nose. We don't care about what we do, but we're not looking at whatever you're thinking about. Not whatever you're thinking about. For the diehard, says Chris Stanley. One size fits all. Another good Zappa album. Pro Jamma, People, Inca Road, San Bernardino, Andy. He's throwing out the albums. I think Zappa is best when he's playing some monster groove with a ripping guitar solo and some lyrics that make you chuckle, and not take everything so serious and precious. Let's do on that for a second. That's about the whole not taking anything seriously. This whole like comics being my art, my passion project. It's got to be fun, right? Right? It doesn't the books have to be fun? Shouldn't it visually be fun? Like, shouldn't the books have to be like something you just can't put down because it helps you escape the real world? Like, you look at this style of art and it just helps you escape because it's so bizarre, it's so unreal, and yet it's alive. And just looking at something like this, you can escape the cares of the world and just have fun and feel like you're having fun and you're escaping and just being entertained. Entertainment. At the end of the day, it has to be entertaining. Oh no, hence God leaves her channel. Well, if you do, let us know, and you're welcome to engage in my channel because I need the engagement. I need more people to interact. Hen does seem the type to chuck spears. Oh, she's absolutely chucking spears. She's absolutely chucking spears for sure. Making comics has to be fun. Not all of it should be dark, depressing, and gritty. See, that should be the exception, not the rule. It has to be fun. There's not much fun in our space. People are losing fun. They're losing the ability to have fun with comics because it's become, that in and of itself has become boring because nobody believes in the fun that they're promoting or producing. And then what happens is when some of us try to do streams or try to talk about comics or try to talk about the nature of comics and things associated with it, nobody wants to tune in for that because it's not exciting. It's not fun. It's not juicy because we're not at war. So writing helps me escape. Yeah, same with drawing helps me escape. Storytelling helps me escape. So comics should be escapism. See, that was the mantra years ago. Escapism. Escape is entertainment. But we're not escaping. We're just bringing everything down into a mud hole. A very filthy mud hole. There's too much dark, dreary 90s dark age in comics USA region, even with indies alts. Yeah, no, there is. I'm surprised at how much of it is in the indies. A lot of like dark, gritty, Snyder-esque type stories that like, oh, I guess that happened. You don't get the sense of aspiration that's missing. So it's pretty lame that a comic book movement is bored with comics. Isn't that something? And if you guys watched Matt Barr's stream yesterday when Dark Gift came on and he was sharing with y'all the quick history of CG. And I was part of the early CG from like 2018. August 2018 is when I joined CG, and that was all the talk was comics and these new things that were coming out, and the enjoyment of stories and characters and new stuff and something new and fresh. And then when we had like two sides of the comicscape movement, we had the critic sector and we had the creative sector. The critic sector came first. They were the ones that were led the charge for CG, led the charge to point out the SJW, race swapping, sex swapping, all that other swapping crap that was destroying comics and killing the fan base and so forth. And well, it would have been a beautiful thing, a beautiful collaboration. The critic side just showing the bad shit, the bad comics, the propaganda and all that stuff, and then pointing the way to the indies and the alternatives and some fresh new ideas. But no, we can't have nice things. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. I'm not moaning. I'm telling the story head. I'm telling the story. See, when I'm passionate, you people want to spill your chucks at me. When I'm passionate, we can't have a passionate Pac. We're not allowed to have a passionate Pac. No, he has to be bland and boring. Because if he's excited, no, we have to silence him. We can't let him be exciting and be motivational because he's a whiner and ranting and like a little boy. You're not a broken record. We need to hear. See, sometimes as grown adults, we have to be told repeatedly, or we remind it repeatedly. So, yeah, please keep yelling. Absolutely. You tell her, Colin. You tell her. We need more. We need more viewers. Totally more viewers. It was exciting and fun times. Yeah, back then it was exciting and fun. And when I came in, I had already just started drawing Roadwarrior Drake, Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake. So when I joined CG, I was right in the middle of my book and drawing it and learning as I was getting myself further deep into the movement and learning about some people and taking some advice and some, criticism. Tug and Yellow Flash, the last two critics have any association with us. When we lost them, we were truly floating on our own. We shouldn't have lost anybody. Like centralizing this thing was the biggest mistake. It was an absolute mistake, but we didn't learn the lessons of Gamergate. We outlasted Gamergate, but that doesn't mean that we're in it for the long haul. I think it's pretty telling. My Puritan ancestors will get out of the chair drunker. As well, they should. Just a year ago. So, Big Band later says they seem to have become exactly what they hate to some degree. CG fell into a bit of a trap. I would say they fell into a major trap. As we have learned, there's a lot of people in our space that aren't even here for the comics. See, it's almost like I don't want to tie it in, but I have to do it as an example. It's like the migrant crisis in New York City. You got thousands of migrants coming to New York, taking over the resources of the citizens there, of the taxpayers, and tossing them out into the streets and stealing their stuff and destroying good neighborhoods. I liken that to what's happening in our space of an invasive group of people entering, bringing their drama, their degeneracy, not really about comics, and totally diluting whatever this movement was. Totally diluting it. So like smaller creators like myself and Dark Gift and Phil Diaz and all those people, we struggle harder because to get real fans in this space, there's only a few of them because the rest of them are here for the drama and for the shit stirring and for the chaos, the absolute chaos. And I think that was one of my impetuses for doing the convention because I don't want to stick to one spot. And for me as a creator to grow, I can't stay in one spot. I can't just rely solely on YouTube and Twitter because that's one condensed space. That's one what do you call it? That's one concentrated space. And there's not going to be any growth. And unfortunately, if you're going to grow as an individual brand, you got to go out there. You got to go to different places and meet different people and bring them into your fold and grow your brand that way, collecting emails or contact info on the way, because it's the way to grow. And these conventions is one way to grow because you meet different people who aren't associated with this space, who are just regular comic book fans who just want to go in there and have fun and look for something different, something new. And yeah, to me, it's a great way to grow. And I got, copies of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. I'm going to bring a pamphlet for Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Actually, I'm going to bring a copy of the Comics Illustrated that the Wheelers did. I know the Wheelers are not popular here, but they printed 4 pages of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake in there, so I'll have something to show people. So just to get the appetites wet on Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So, okay, good. My mic is still working. Yes, thank goodness. Okay, it's still working. I haven't left yet. It's compliment enough. Well, thank you, Miss Fancy Pants. JAV, Darkest says JAV kind of, but they're not promoting any books from over here anymore. Oh, he says I wouldn't go that far. They still hang around, but yeah, he's right though. They don't promote stuff. They don't. Really, they're here for the drama. They're here to dilute the movement, to cause chaos. And again, if you like it, that's fun. But it is not. It's It's counterproductive to the comic book movement. It kills, if it hasn't killed already, a comic book movement. The reason why most alts fail, they don't really offer anything different from the American mainstream, movies, comics, books. So many indies fail because they're following the model of the mainstream instead of being, get this, alternative. Be different. Yeah, exactly. They don't stand out. So, okay, this is a good segue here. So they don't stand out. So this is why I won't allow any artist to work on, well, not work on, but so you guys remember the stream of One and how he got successfully financial after he brought in Murata. Murata was drawing all the older One Punch Man comics, and that started bringing in money for One. I get a lot of people DMing me, whether they're artists or fans in the community who are like, so Lasman, will you be handing Road Warrior Drake over to another artist and have him do the work? And I'm like, no, because if I did that, here's the thing. If I handed Drake over to another artist, most likely, I mean, he'll be a better artist than me, of course, but if I did that, the appeal of Drake would get lost, because there is something like being lost in translation. The appeal of Drake, and people don't know this, but the appeal of Drake is the style of the art, the expressionism associated with the art, the expressionism, the simplicity of it. Those together with whatever nuances I bring to it gives Drake personality in life. All that will be lost if I gave it to a different artist. Yeah, it'll look better, but it won't look like Drake. It'll get lost in the sea of other artists. The mistake of CG being a movement was a mistake because it became a clique. The movement should have been less organized, just a casual, we will do better. Yeah, it should have been centralized. That's the mistake. It should not have been centralized. But any movement will get centralized. That's the reality of human nature. There are thousands of GRRM wannabes. Oh yeah, George R.R. Martin. Yes, Game of Thrones. There's too much of that. Yes, I checked out of that stuff. I think some came for the comments, got let down too many times, and are just not here for the drama. The ones that okay, so the ones you're referring to in terms of that came for the comics and were let down, they left. They left, and they're in their own little small corner of the internet somewhere. They're not in this space. The people that are still in this space, they're here because they either love comics or they love drama. If they're here for the comics, they're buying comics. But there's very few of those because there's more people here that want the chaos and the destruction and the division and the spear chucking. A lot of those here. The big guys have lost their main promotional wing, all for their own making. I saw comments under a CG video today that was 2/3 pro cancel culture. Yeah, I see that everywhere now on Twitter and YouTube. It's like, you live long enough to be the villain. So, and this is the ultimate result. You back a lot of CG books. Ever since Trashcast and all that BS, it's ended me backing CG books. We'll look at the small creators, not the CG penthouse. And here's the thing. And I'm gonna I'll probably get in trouble, maybe not, but I'm in a CG DM group where a lot of prominent creators in that group, in the mid tier, of course, but a lot of prominent guys, and none of them retweet my stuff when I put it in that group. None of them. There's a little bit of competition, yeah, but it's kind of unhealthy. First of all, I'm not here to compete because my stuff is different. So I'm not here to compete. I'm just an individual. And if you're a comic book fan, you kind of want to collect as many good comics as you want. So if you like one comic and you see something similar that you like, you're gonna obviously buy it. So there's no competition in that regards. But some creators think that, and as a result, there is a culture of sabotage, and it's as simple as they don't promote your stuff. You could be in the same DM group with 15 creators, and none of them promote your stuff. None of them retweet or share it. So why do I still promote it, or why do I still put it in there? Because why not? Why not? So need my water. I need my water. So yep, a lot of IBS. Drama should be dessert, not for the main course. Yeah, it should be, but it hasn't been that way. So let's see. I saw you packing comics, Alaz, Matt. Does that mean I'll get my volume 1 soon, or are you mailing both together when ready? So, okay. I was told by some people who backed Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake that they wanted to get volume 1 first. They wanted to get Street Champion first, and they were willing to wait for B Citizen when B Citizen comes out. So I packed all the books of Street Champion for those that backed it, and all of you backed it with the B Citizen. So you backed it in the double book pack tier. So my understanding with a lot of folks was that they're okay with getting Street Champion now, and then when it's time to get B Citizen, I'll send out B Citizen. But if you want to get both, I guess just let me know. And just shoot me an email or something. Let me know. What I'll do is this. I'm gonna send an update notice on both the Film My Comic and Indiegogo update section, and I'll give people an opportunity to tell me if they want. Well, you know what? That might take too long. I'll just, fuck it, because I already packed it, so I'll just send it out. So y'all just gonna get your Street Champion books first, and that way at least you have that book, and you'll get your appetites wet for when B Citizen comes out. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. I already packed it, so I might as well just do that. So, what do you mean it should have been more? No, it should not have been. Oh, you're talking to Colin. He says it should have been more decentralized, and I agree. No pivotal figure at the middle, just a loose confederation of creators. It's kind of like how the original colonies of the United States was. So yeah, I used to watch every stream of the big guys over the last 4 to 5 years. Should have seen it coming a year earlier, but it's still somewhat it's just Joe's real mindset. 2018 was peak. The streams were great back in 2018. Peak. I'm experimenting more with Twitter, but most don't even check profiles unless they want to make fun of people. Yes. SEE Danesi says, hey, what happened to my Instagram accounts? I can't find you at all. Did you testify your accounts? So my Instagram accounts got hacked. So I had to delete my accounts because they got hacked. Because what happened was my 2 Instagram accounts were hacked. I retrieved it, but then it got hacked like within seconds after that. So I was like, oh shit, somebody's been trying to gain access to it. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to just delete it. So that's what happened. So I deleted my accounts because of that. Because unfortunately, my Instagram was tied to my Facebook. And if there was any unauthorized posting in my Instagram, it shows up on my Facebook group page for Last Vat Comics, which is tied to my personal page. And if I get any strikes on that page, it affects my personal page, and I lose my personal page, which means that I lose that connection to my late wife's page, because her page is memorialized, and I kind of want to stay in Facebook just for that reason alone. So I don't want to jeopardize my Facebook appearance. So as a result of that, I had no choice but to delete my Instagram pages. So will I go back on Instagram soon? Maybe, but honestly, like I wasn't getting much engagement there anyway. Like Instagram is really for thoughts and for like more of that eye candy stuff. It's not really. I know some comic creators kind of benefited from that, but it's not as beneficial as I thought it was. Lady shout out and says, it's kind of stupid to not promote one another. If a creator promotes for someone else, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to buy the book. If I want your book, I'll buy it regardless. Well, nobody said these creators were business minded. Nobody said that they had a knack for the business, which they don't. I missed it when I was talking about the books. and help us mold creative CG is so different now than it was 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't recognize it. Either way, I did get the volume 1, 2 tiers, so I'm fine with it either way. One now with second tier later. Well, let's see. I'll just send you the first one. That way you have that, and then you'll have an idea then as you go into book 2 what what it references and all and the character's progression. So it's good to have that. No, I'm not going to link it to Facebook. I'm not linking anything to my Facebook because that way I don't got to worry about one account affecting the other. It's bullshit. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to refrain from endangering my Facebook. Instagram is more useful for bigger YouTube setups as well. Debatable. Honestly, it's debatable. Like, I'm not saying that Instagram doesn't have an audience or you can't get engagement on Instagram, but unless it's like you've established presence somewhere, it is harder on Instagram. Very few have achieved that. It is easier on Instagram than on Facebook, but it's still a challenge to get that big engagement on Instagram. So, yeah. Okay. So, let me see. Are we done with Cal Schenkel? I mean, there's not much more I can share with him. You definitely see with Cal Schenkel, you definitely see the influences. You definitely see the inspiration and how it's definitely a like comic style art, the same style of art that we've been spotlighting here. A combo of Von Bodie and R. Crumb. Do what works best for you. Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I got to experiment, but I'm trying. When you do your second chance campaign, are you using Instagram? Oh, you mean Instagram? Like I said, I don't have an Instagram page, so I'm not. I don't know. I had to think about it because none of my backers came from Instagram. When I did Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake, none of them came from there. And for me to start up a new account there and build from scratch, it's gonna be, I don't know. It's gonna be, I mean, I'll think about it. Hence, I'm not a fan of Instagram. It's for a specific market. Like there is a comic book market on Instagram, but you got to really scratch and dig to get that. I use Instagram mainly to follow Japanese tattoo artists and some thoughts. Well, there you go. That's it. That's what it's for. There you go. Do you have DZ to link to your Facebook? DZ? What's DZ? Oh, you mean Indiegogo? Is that what you meant, Bear? No, I'm not using Indiegogo. Indiegogo had me shadow banned. Indiegogo has banned and shadow banned a lot. Indiegogo has done more harm to creators than Kickstarter has. So I'm not going back to Indiegogo. I'm going to stand for my comic. I'm going to stick around on there. And then at some point, maybe I'll go back to Kickstarter and do a second chance on Kickstarter because Kickstarter's audience, there is still more of an audience there, but that's only, well, see, with Kickstarter, I can't promote it here in this space because we're used to Fund My Comic, we're used to Indiegogo. But Kickstarter is for a different audience. So if I go back to Kickstarter, it's got to be with a different type of marketing plan to get a different audience there. I activate Indiegogo. I mostly use Kickstarter for crowdfunding. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Fiona. I do. And, we want to support alternate platforms like Fund My Comic that are free of the bullshit that Indiegogo and Kickstarter do. So it's good to support those platforms. But some authors, book types use Indiegogo a little bit more than Kickstarter. Yeah, some are very platform loyal. Some will stick to Indiegogo, some will stick to Kickstarter. So these notes look at your face. I'm not reading that. How dare you say that? It's awful. It's very awful. To be honest, I don't think Kickstarter would be right for me for my comic. Yeah, there is a certain type of comic or comics that do well on Kickstarter, so you gotta do your research and then see if it'll flourish or not. I'm not uppity. I'm being me. I have energy, guys. I have lots of energy. Fiona says most of my buying comes from Kindle with a handful from other places. Yeah, there is a growing number of people that are sticking to like the digital stuff, but I am all for physical media. And I get it. Like more people want to read from their phones or their tablets. I understand that. Trust me, I do. And while I do believe in getting with the times, I will stick to physical media for myself because there's no substitute for it, especially when they hit that switch, when the government hits that switch and all electricity is turned off and you have nothing. Well, for those of us that have candles, we have books to read. And the sunlight, of course, because they can't control sunlight. So we'll have sunlight to read our books. So that's how I look at it. Like if tonight there was a blackout, I have so many books to read that I can keep myself entertained for a while. And should be good. It should be fun. Oh yeah, I do have water here. Let me take a big sip of water. Hold on. Okay, one more sip. Awesome. Whew. That was great. We have gone an hour and 36 minutes. And yeah, I already talked about why I wouldn't want an artist drawing Roadwarrior Drake for me. And again, you don't have to like the style of art that I do. It's fine. Like we have preferences, we have choices, and it'll probably be a conversation that happens when I'm gone. The what if allowed someone else to draw Roadwarrior Drake and have his writing mixed with someone else's drawing. And I'm like, you could think about that. You could have that conversation, but guess what? It won't happen while I'm alive because call it whatever you want. Maybe ego, maybe foresight, whatever you want to call it. But I look at it as Drake is nothing without the visual nuance that I bring to the table. I think a lot of that forms Drake's personality. And yeah, there you go. Not much to say about that for sure. But I was asked about that yesterday, so that's why I'm bringing it up here. You know, I get a lot of people in DMs talking to me about their stuff with you know. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, because someone else, I don't know if anyone's gonna name them, but they asked because what I did was so on Twitter I put out examples of some improvements that I made on one of the panels for Be Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me just shut down my DM so you guys don't see who I'm talking to. Oh, I can share screen. I'm already sharing screen, so here we go. Okay, so I updated one of the panels. Okay. This is a close-up of the panel in question. There's Pumpkin War Patch on the right. This is one of the first things I drew back in 2023. Not 20. Was this one? Yeah, 2023. Wait, was it 2023? Yeah, because I started drawing in 2022, but I wasn't drawing it full time because I was still doing Clock People. And then late in spring is when I started doing Roadwarrior Drake, Be Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. So this is from last year, and then I updated it about a month ago, and now it looks like this. Because I'm becoming more experimental with my art, with my style, and being a little more freer with it. So yeah, so I did this, and somebody in my DM said, "Don't change it because each page is a representation of that time in your life when you were making the book." And I said, "Well, the whole book is going to be a timestamp." Just like Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake is a timestamp of the style of the artwork when it was made at the time and a point in its evolution. And now Be Citizen Roadwarrior Drake is a step up in that revolution or evolution, as you call it. And one thing you see, like when I spotlight these creators and their legacy, is when they stick to a specific character, it does change over the years. You know, that comes with the fun of drawing it over and over and seeing what you can do. Yeah, I know that Kickstarter is a bit more into the, I guess you want to say, perverted anime type stuff, or that manga looking stuff, or the breast, or cheesecake, as you want to call it. Cheesecake. I'm wondering if I should do the Pumpkin War Patch book on Kickstarter. Because I have it as a tier in Be Citizen, but maybe I'll put that on Kickstarter by itself and let's see what kind of business it does. That's a good. I should do that. That's a good experiment. I think I'm gonna put the Pumpkin War Patch Ash Can as its own book on Kickstarter It won't be different from the Find My Comic or the Indiegogo versions. It's just I'm just going to put it by itself. I'm gonna do. You know what? Now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna research how these books do it, and then use their templates and so forth, and put it up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it, and I'm not gonna promote it. At least not in this space. I'm gonna just leave it, and I'm gonna see if that does any business. That's a fun experiment. I should do that. The light bulb just kicked in my head. It just kicked in my head. Yeah. The shadow ban has been going on for 2 years. It's insidious. That's why I don't recommend Indiegogo anymore. What if you drew Roadwarrior Drake? If you did that, then I would take your wrench away, and then I'll judge you. So I do both physical and digital. Digital media is getting better. We have more options, so I think for now it's good to approach comics openly. Yeah, if Let's Go Out, that'll be a problem. And you know they're going to go out. You know for a fact they're going to go out. But yeah, I mean, do digital. And I think as a creator, if you have the option of doing digital, just do digital because it's just more money in your pocket. It really is. That woman looks better with the open mouth, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh no. Oh no. My premium abuser is here. You missed nothing, Shifter. You missed absolutely nothing. Don't worry. You missed nothing. Speaking of that, says guy in his room, do you miss New York City cheesecake, or do you think it's kind of the same anywhere? I haven't had cheesecake in a minute, now that I think about it. So yeah, I do miss New York City cheesecake. I really do. I think it's pretty good. I do like it. Good luck, says Hen, regarding the Kickstarter experiment. Yeah, let's see it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of using cheesecake to promote a book myself. I'm not like, I wouldn't use cheesecake to promote a book if the book is not about cheesecake. But if it is about cheesecake, fuck it, just do it. You know. And it just happens that the Pumpkin War Patch ash can is a little bit of cheesecake. So as I'm saying, like I should do that. Bear says, what if Colin drew fan art? Oof, shots fired. I did draw a fan art of the I'm not saying that word, Colin. I'm not saying that word. You summon bitch. I'm not saying that word. Do you think any of the Putin cash, like Tim Pool, says Shifter? So what if I did? What if I did? I got bills to pay. Oh, wait, you're talking about the Russian thing. No, I did not. But then again, this is why I don't listen to these people, because many of them are full of crap. It's just like, just don't do it. I don't. You talk a good game, but it's almost like the controlled opposition. Isn't it? Well, I mean, Russia's not the enemy, though. When you think about it, Russia's not the enemy. They really aren't. Let's be honest. If you're going to be really real, Russia's not the enemy. Come back to New York City, says guy in his room. The migrants want you back. That's why I left. I don't want to be going back with the migrants. Well, no. Oh. New York City isn't what it once was. Tim Pool's an excellent reason why you should never accept money unless you know where it comes from. Well, if you don't know where it comes from, don't find out. I don't know. The enemy is among us. This is true, Colin. The enemy is among us. It's definitely among us. It's in our space, both digitally and physically. The enemy's in our space. And yes, spiritually too. Why not? Let's go there as well. But it's your people. Yes, it is my people, but I am Gringo Pock, so they don't accept me. So therefore, they hate me. I'm not a race traitor. I never betrayed them. They betrayed me. They don't like gringos. So, like I said, now that I'm Gringo Pock, they don't want me. But it's fine because I don't want their stink ass anyway. I mean, I'd rather just not assimilate with them because they don't bring good things to themselves. So it's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine not being a part of it. I totally get it. So, wonderful. So, yes. Oh, yes. Just checking the engagement. It's wonderful engagement you guys are bringing me. So yeah. So that was the conversation about going back and making adjustments to certain pages. It is the reason why I will not go back and redraw Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake because of that. Because it represents a time in history where that book was made, and the comments that came of it that brought about the applications used in Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. So that's why I don't Although I will go back and adjust or change a page up while I'm working on the book. I won't do it to a previous book. I'll just use the newly learned skill or the advancement in art for the current product or the next product that I do. And when you look at Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, and then Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and then the third and final book in the graphic novel saga, you're going to see a progression of art, and that in and of itself is telling that storytelling right there. It will be part of Drake's legacy. The going from the Eastman Alert style to whatever it'll become in the third book. And then you have Beast Citizen as the intermediary art style. What if someone could replicate your style so well? Then it would take away the fun of me doing it because I'm having fun drawing it. So that's that. Like I'm having fun drawing it, so I'm not giving that up. But I'll say this though. I'll make this. I'll say this. I have spoken to an artist. I won't say who, but I told this artist that if something were to happen to me, and I can no longer draw Drake, maybe I pass away or something, I'm going to give him Road Warrior Drake to draw and write. So I do have somebody in the woodworks who's waiting. Well, not waiting, but they're on standby. If something happens to me, they will continue to draw Road Warrior Drake. That's so that will be it. The answer, Colin, is no. I like drawing it, so that's not going to happen. Give it the George Lucas treatment. That's only during the production of that book, not after. Once that book is done, it's done. But like I said, I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I don't want to ruin the history of that book because the history of that book tells a story that adds to the legacy of the character. See, a lot of creators don't think that way. They don't really look at legacy when it comes to their books. They just write a story, have someone draw it, put it out there, and that's that. It doesn't get referenced again. It becomes disposable. I'm not looking to make something disposable. I do want some kind of legacy for Road Warrior Drake. So yeah, you damn right I'm going to go ahead and have some controversial takes and some like scratch your head takes because that gets people talking about it. It adds more to the legacy of the character and the IP. No, I like fan art. Don't get me wrong. I do like seeing people draw fan art. I love fan art. And Road Warrior Drake has quite its share of fan art. I say when it comes to like CG, I think second only to Cyberfrog in terms of fan art. Did I make that claim? I did. Can somebody tell me I'm wrong in that one? Tell me I'm wrong in that one. I'll await your reply. And I agree. Thanks for the art. Well, I read the wrong thing. There we go. Thanks for that offer. Wait, what now? Who offered you what? I don't know. Head is going to bed. Good night, all. QQL. I'm not reading those words, because that'll get me struck. So. Oh, wait. Did I... What message? Oh, wait. I thought I read up the message that I kept up. Wait. This one here? But I was replying to that message. I guess I know I didn't read it. But I was replying to it about replicating my style. Like I have fun drawing it, and then it led to that conversation about why it's going to be me and the legacy that comes with that. I did move on, but you're bringing it up. So I'm addressing you bringing it up. I mean, I can do that, right? I'm allowed. I can bring that up. Thank you. It was well played. Absolutely. Time for another water break. Hold on. Okay. Yes, I just finished my water. We're at an hour and 50 minutes into 10 minutes till 10 o'clock. So at the way this is going to go, we'll probably shut down at 10. Keep it at a nice brisk 2 hours. Guy in the room is that Elasmat doesn't want anyone to read Drake either, let alone draw. I'm going to ban you for that. I had people on my stream talking about it and asking to read it, guy in his room. People want to read my books. They like what I do. They want to read my books. I'm sorry if you hate that. And I'm sorry if you're jealous of me. But it's okay because I deserve a little jealousy once in a while. I'm good like that. I deserve it. I earned it. I'm allowed. No, I'm not wiggled. My books do have words because I can read. Words aren't hard for me. I'm allowed. Link. Do that, and I will name you along with the lawsuit, Colin. You and Quaff will become, well, that analogy didn't work too well, so I'm gonna say that. Of course you would. Of course you would. So you're both going down in court. That's it. That's done. He doesn't own the IP. He thinks he does, but I'm suing him for it because he's violated my trademark. So yeah, I can do that. I'm allowed to do that. Whew. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I've gone a good decent amount. I know it's a little less than 2 hours, but we're at the 1 hour and 51 minute mark, and I think it's a decent length. What do you mean, but 11? But nothing. But nothing. But absolutely nothing. Have I done something to the Quaff? I've done nothing to the Quaff, but I am the owner and the IP of Queefus of the Hair. If you got Wiggle's book, Battle of the Kangs, you get to see the story of Queefus of the Hair, the breakout story in that book, Battle of the Kangs. Well, it's not called Queefus of the Hair. It's called it's a Roadwarrior Drake Addendum of the history of that abominable book that Queefus drew. But it's a story of how Queefus of the Hair got his fame and degeneracy. So I think you'll like it. He's been missing. No, he's still posting on Twitter. But the cease and desist I gave him kind of maybe hampered that a bit. So maybe. I get not want anyone else to draw Drake, but what about guest writers for one shot short story? Well, let's see. We'll see what happens with that. But here's the thing: like, if anyone wants to submit a short story for, or they want to write something, I'm going to own 100% of that story. There's not going to be any co-ownership or whatever. I'm not going to complicate it. It's like, I'll pay you something decent for the story, but I own all the rights to it. Like, I'll pay you whatever. Like, if you ask me for a price and a decent price, I'll pay you, and that payment includes me owning that story, and then that's that. And what will happen is after the 3 graphic novels. Every year after that, I'm going to do one short story every year. I'll do like a crowdfund for like a 20-page short Roadwarrior Drake story every year. A, to keep the trademark alive, and B, because I don't want to stop drawing Roadwarrior Drake, but I don't want to do like longer form books. I don't want to keep doing it because I do want to like just put out new stories and new things that I'll add to the myth and lore of Drake. But when I do the graphic novels, I got to leave room open for anything that could be told in the later short stories, so that it's consistent and that it adds to the canon. It doesn't contradict canon. No, I not understand not wanting co-ownership. Yeah, no, I'm taking full ownership of it. That'll be, yeah, that can go bad fast. Yeah, there isn't a lot of camaraderie when it comes to like co-owning something, and it just goes south. So like if a writer wanted to submit a story for Roadwarrior Drake and they wanted me to draw it, I work out a deal where I'll pay you to own the story outright, so it's completely 100% mine, and you can't go back and claim any further royalties from it. And I'll credit you, like I'll say written by so and so, drawn by me, and then but I'll be the one copywriting it. It'll belong to me. So, but that's another story for another day. That's why I'm a solo act too, Colin. That's why I'm a solo act. Be up in front about that stuff. Oh, I will be. If somebody comes up and asks me if they want to write something, I'll tell them straight up. These are the terms and conditions. I'll pay you for the short story. If you want to write it, I'll pay you for it. I'll credit you with it, but I'm going to own it 100%, and that includes all royalties after that. You'll get a flat fee by me, and then all royalties will be for me till I breathe my last breath. And after that, it'll go into my estate until it becomes public domain. I think that's fair. So, as I said, no one's allowed to do reviews of his comic or hell, DMCA strike. You can review my comic. People have reviewed my comic. That's how I was able to make B Citizen better looking. I mean, if you look at this, you can see that's a progression from how it started in Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake. There's definitely a difference in the art, and you're going to see more challenging visual storytelling in this book. You're going to really like this book a lot. I think you're going to be surprised how deep it is, how much fun it is, and how much fulfilling it is from beginning to end. It tells like a whole complete story. I think you'll enjoy it and appreciate it. So, still think the anatomy is a little weird in that picture. It's part of my style, Colin. It is part of my style, but I'm not doing life drawings in this either. You know, when you do life drawings, it's different because you have to pay attention to anatomy and you got to pay attention to measurements and all that stuff. But when you're doing freehand drawing in a story that relies on style, you can play a little fast and loose with anatomy. A little fast and loose, not too much fast and loose, but a little bit. And on that note, I'm going to end it here so that we go into the 2-hour mark. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all the viewers. We had a decent showing tonight. That was awesome. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for chatting in the chat, even though you came in with racism and hatred. It has a bit of a noir look to it. I think the first book has more of a noir, but yeah, you could probably say it about this book too, but I think you'll definitely see more in the first book, especially because that first book was more about discovery than anything. Colin says, boy, have a good night, says Bill. And on that note, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to dip out. Have a great night. And I leave you, as always, with our girl, Nina Drake.